All right, I guess we'll get started, Ali. I'm sure others will join in as we start going along. And I first and foremost, I appreciate you guys for coming on this evening. How's everyone doing today? Wow, we got a quiet bunch. Can everyone see my screen? Mic's working. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Great. Sounds great. Perfect, perfect.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, go ahead. All right, that should be all. All right. First and foremost, I appreciate you guys for hopping on this evening. My name is Syed Haider. I'm the program coordinator of Aark Academy. We'll get started here pretty quick. I know that this is our initial Salesforce live session. We have Komal Singh. She is our designated Salesforce instructor. And I guess just before we do start, we'll label out here a session agenda that I have for you guys here. We're gonna have a quick introduction of who we are, who's Aark Academy, what our mission and vision is. And we'll dive right ahead into the live session where you're going to learn the overall first lesson of the software. Looks like we got a chat. Oh, all good to go. Perfect. Once we do cover the live session, we're going to move on to the program overview where you'll learn additional information about Aark Academy, our model, our process, and the next steps to get you guys enrolled. And finally, if there's any questions, comments, and if one is looking to schedule an initial consultation, which we highly recommend, that's something we're going to iron out the details on as well. So, Aark Academy, who we are at Aark Academy, our core mission is to bridge the gap between individuals, regardless of their prior experience and the current high-skill demanding IT job market. We're dedicated to empowering our students with the specific skill set and knowledge to succeed in the modern and today's tech industry. So, a lot of distinction between, you're finding individuals regardless of their education on the IT industry, whether they know how to code, don't know how to code, whatever background they are from. What Aark Academy does is we train you, we prepare you, and we get you the skills you need to be successful, and especially in today's market where the demand for the specific set of skills is at the highest point. And as you may have seen, when it comes to the market itself, quite difficult to land specific entry-level jobs, mid to senior level jobs as well, if individuals are looking to have a change of career or further their education on the IT landscape. So without further ado, I'm very excited to introduce the Salesforce Development Program, and I'm going to pass this on over to Komal Singh, our designated Salesforce instructor on the first lesson of Salesforce. So we'll get started, Komal, if you can share your screen.
All right, thank you so much, Sai. Good evening, everyone. Today we are going to start with our very first session of Salesforce. So, hold on a sec. Let me just share my screen real quick. All right, let's get started. So, first of all, let me give you a quick introduction about myself. I'm a Salesforce trainer from past 10 years, and I have experience with over, as you can see, 500 batches. I've taken, batches for freshers, lateral, people with, zero experience, maybe people with a total uh, different background or a total non-technical background. I can assure you that the trainings that has happened with Salesforce, uh, you know, included people having maybe background of being a trainer, English trainer or English teacher in different countries. So that kind of background I have worked with. Okay. I myself have taken trainings for Salesforce Administrator Development, LWC, CPQ, if you have ever heard of these terms. These are very much related to Salesforce. Okay. And these are the core things that we learn when we work with Salesforce or Salesforce products. Okay. So let's just get started with what we are going to work on today, the agenda for the day. Okay. So we are gonna first get a quick introduction to Salesforce. Uh, and before that, we would like to understand which category, what exactly Salesforce is, and that is where we will be talking about sales. We will be talking about CRM. Okay, so there will be a talk about a CRM, what it is, what's the importance of having it, and then we will be talking about the introduction to Salesforce. Okay, right after that, we will get you guys your own Salesforce developer org where you can which you can keep forever and practice in it, whatever you want to do. Okay, and finally we will do a quick setup for the data model within our org. Okay, so this is the agenda, right? So before getting started, let's get an idea about the background, the story about how Salesforce or how even the need of Salesforce came into the picture. Okay, so I will talk about the background for a few minutes now. I would say back in 1900s, whenever, there is a new business, new company, new enterprise is started, they would require a tool, a software, or an application that will help them in managing their company's information. Okay. This company information would be about the products they are selling, taking care of how many products they have left in inventory, how many new products, they have to get in, what orders are there, which products are already sold, and maybe, the information around in which season they are selling which products most, right? Now, um, managing these things usually was done using the ERP tools. Okay, ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning, as the name suggests, you guys, Enterprise Resource Planning means a company's resources would be planned by this tool. Okay, so that tool was very much used in those times. But the problem with the tools like this were, first of all, they were very expensive. Okay, I would say most of the mid-sized companies and all of the startup companies could never afford a ERP tool, because even those times it used to cost you around 7,000 to 70,000 USDs. Okay, but there was even a bigger problem with ERP. ERPs were not available on cloud. Can you imagine your life, or revolving, or uh, can you imagine your life revolving around a tool that's not on cloud? Think about keeping your data in a pen drive and not able to access that pen drive. All the disadvantages you have with that data, that is stored in the pen drive, which is a physical storage for you. All the disadvantages were there in those times with the ERPs. Think of the times when you have forgotten the pen drive, which was very important for you to keep with yourself. Okay. Think of the time when it is out of storage and now you would like to, add more storage to it, which is physically not possible. Okay. Think of the times when you actually wanted to back up the data that was stored in the pen drive, but wasn't, backed up, because that's how it works. Once destroyed, you cannot get that data back. Okay. All those problems which you would face with any hardware storage was faced with ERP storage. Of course, in those times, this kind of problems were pretty common, but with changing time, it wasn't acceptable. Okay. In those times, if you are working with a software installed in your local machine, people were highly comfortable, using them by going to the machine itself, maybe if it's located in their offices, their homes, wherever. Okay. But with time changing, people are more comfortable with anytime, anywhere access. They are comfortable with, multiple devices supporting whatever they are working with. They should be just able to access data whenever, a new idea clicks in their mind, or maybe they have a requirement of managing the data, right? So this is where, we need something different. That's when in 1999, Salesforce was founded. Okay, and it was the first company to bring CRM on cloud. Now you must be thinking that I started with the ERP and now we are talking about the CRM. Okay, let me explain you uh, the difference between ERP and CRM for, okay? Let's say you're working with the ERP solution. The name itself suggests that ERP would mean managing those resources from a company. Do you think that's enough to keep your clients today? Do you think that would be enough to, tell them, come to us and buy our product? Okay. If today we will ask you to go for a course somewhere, do you think that just buying it would be enough and not, having that relationship with customer? So this is the new requirement of the market, along with, being uh, along with all the things that I've just talked about, being on cloud, being on, easily accessible. Along with that, there is a new requirement in the market to create, to build a relationship with your customer and keep that customer throughout. Okay. I will give you a very simple example. How many of you love cars? How many of you love cars? So maybe buying them, knowing about them. Can you say a quick yes or no, maybe a thumbs up, maybe a thumbs down? Nobody likes it. Your spouses are going to be very happy with you. I'm sure.
Big
Not
car.
spending much money here. Okay, you love it. Tell me one thing, other than the configuration you would look at along with buying the car. Do you ever think about the services it provide within the country? What if after 1 year my car broke down? Will it be fixed within 1 day or it's gonna take entire month to get it fixed? Do you think about such things? Or maybe the parts, if let's say someday the part is not, you know, yeah, we have people loving car, yes. So the people who actually love car, tell me this thing. Do you, along with the configuration, think about whether the parts or extra things would be available for you to whenever they are needed, like maybe let's say someday your car broke down and you want to get it fixed, and let's say your expectations are you get it fixed within a day or two, but the car parts are not available and it's gonna take entire month. Do you think of these kind of things while buying a car? Like, I am not very good, but I have heard this thing is very important. So what do you have a say in this?
Yes.
Definitely, right? Now, this is where we are talking about service. Okay. The term service comes into the picture. Now, if I'm talking about, purchasing something from a company, it's not just about the current configuration of the product that we'll buy. And this rule actually falls for, smallest pen that you are buying to the biggest car or houses. Okay. You are not only, worried about the current configuration of the product, which you will just pay for once and get it to yourself. But you are also worried about the services that company is gonna, give you for throughout the purchase or throughout the time period when you have that product with you. This is the same thing what CRM stands for, customer relationship management. Now, I was talking about ERP only helping you manage the resources of the company. But with the new requirements coming in the market, we have new things like a CRM, okay, customer relationship management, which are the new tools in the market, which will not only help you with the things that ERP would help you with, but along with that, it's going to help you with building a relationship with the customer. Then taking care of smallest needs. Okay. Other than that, whenever it's about services, there would be, various ways to communicate with them. There would be, various tools that will help you inform, you as the company that, okay, this customer was facing a problem days ago and we were supposed to resolve the problem within 5 days. What to do next? Okay. And not only this, the AI based information or things that has been added to Salesforce will tell you as a sales guy or a service guy that which customer to approach first, which deal looks like it's going to close very soon. So this kind of information, You do not even have to write a code. You do not even have to write one single configuration. You have to just type, okay, which customer should I approach today? And there would be answers based on the data available in your system. Like this, Salesforce is a tool in the market that's helping most of the businesses achieve their sales targets, service targets, and manage all the things with very easy approach. Okay. Now, I'm telling you very few things here that, okay, Salesforce is a tool that is a CRM, and it's something that is on cloud, which means that totally all the problems that we faced with ERPs are now resolved. If you are talking about pricing, that is also very cheap. All you have to do is pay 25 USDs per month per user. That means if you're working with a company with 5 users, you pay for them. If you're working with 100 users, you pay according to 100 users. You do not have to pay for the entire solution. So knowing all these things, I can tell you that a Salesforce as a CRM is better than any other ERP in the market. Okay. But biggest question, what about other CRMs in the market? Why to study Salesforce when there would be other CRMs in the market? So here I'm going to tell you 2 or 3 points that will convince you that Salesforce is even better than other CRMs, in which the very first point is that in last 8 to 9 years, the report that comes in yearly has told us that Salesforce is better than any other CRM in the market. Okay. And the difference between how great it is, it's not just few points. It's in like hundreds of points has been given more to Salesforce. And that is why Salesforce is number one. That's why we conclude that it's better than any other CRM. But let's not trust that. Let's understand 2 or 3 more points that will help you here. Okay. Very first point I'm gonna pick over here would be about what services or how Salesforce provides you service as compared to any other CRM. Now, to compare, let me pick up 4 or 5 names which are in market other than Salesforce for the CRM. Number one, let's say Zoho. Number two, we have Oracle, we have SAP, we have Adobe, and Microsoft. So these are the other 5 names which you can actually look at, which are there as a CRM available for you. But the question is how Salesforce as a CRM is better than them, right? So for this, let's say that a customer comes in and they ask that I have a company and I'm facing problem with sales and service of the company. Okay. If I'm working with sales and service of the company, I would need a solution, a tool or something that would help me manage the things which I am not able to manage properly. Now, let's see what would Microsoft would say. Microsoft would say, whatever requirements you have, I'm going to provide you one single product. You have to implement that and go for it. Okay. On the other hand, what Salesforce would say? Salesforce will say that for every requirement of yours, I am going to provide you one tool. You have sales requirement, I have pre-built sales product for you. If you have service requirement, I have service cloud for you. You have marketing requirements, I have marketing cloud for you. Now, it's your choice. You want to use them separately, you want to integrate them, connect them together, okay, and just use them. Okay. And this feature is actually very brilliant when it comes to Salesforce, that every requirement that you have, there will be a pre-built customizable product available for you, where you do not have to hire a set of developers if you do not want to. You can just go for a simple set of administrators and ask them to do a bit of customization, no coding required, and good to go. Okay. The other thing that we can also add to this is that Salesforce has also irrespective of anything in the market, Salesforce has also given number one priority to security. Since the beginning, Salesforce has kept in mind that it's not just about storing the customer's data, but also securing it, because that's the biggest asset for the company. That's why Salesforce has given its number one priority to even securing the data. And there are many measures that has been taken care of for this. Like for an example, taking care of, or making MFAs, multi-factor authentication, mandatory. So MFAs, have you guys heard of what multi-factor authentication is?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. So those things, are very powerful. You'll try to check your uh, partner's phone, not possible anymore. Or check their maybe what do you call Gmails and other things, not possible anymore because MFAs are actually very, very strong, right? Okay. Jokes apart. So this is, there are, other than this also, there are many things like, okay, specifying in which hours you can log in, and specifying in which from which IP address you can log in. It looks like it's a very simple thing, but when you implement such things, for most of the other tools, it becomes very difficult. But do you know in Salesforce how easy it is? You just have to write, okay, 925, that is it. And automatically the guy won't be able to log in at 5 p.m. and let's say 5 minutes. It's that simple. Okay. So this is about how Salesforce as a CRM is better than other CRMs in the market. Okay. And I will tell you one thing personally over my, experience. I have seen how Salesforce has actually changed a life. I'll give you example. There was this guy, who was actually very stressed out in COVID times. And I'll give you a very simple example. That guy, he was traveling across locations, maybe changing the jobs and everything, and that's when he decided no, he would like to stay at one place, and he heard about Salesforce a lot. And I will say within 2 years, of working, learning, and everything, and I'm not saying for 2 years he did not work. For 2 years, he was working for the small company. But right after 2 years of experience, he was himself working with Salesforce.com, earning, I don't know, 1.6, lakh USDs. How do you call it? Like 16, um, I'll say like around point 1 million USDs per year. So I'll put it in a number. Oh, you guys follow the case system. So I'll put that in a number here in the chat.
1.6
So
million euros.
120, yeah, 160K USDs per year, excluding bonuses.
160,000.
So this is something that you can actually look at when it comes to Salesforce. Not just about learning. Yes, it is something that you will have to learn first. But right after that, the future is actually bright. Okay, there's nothing that you have to worry about. So this is one thing that you can trust at, and let's jump right into some learning. Okay. First of all, let's understand what a CRM is. Though we got a quick idea about what it is, but let's read about it. So as I told you, CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management, and it helps an organization or a company in managing the connect with the clients. Okay, and helping that connect to be maintained throughout the relationship. It's not only going to help you retain the clients, but also give you a clear overview of purchase history, service request, etc., and dashboard-like structures. So I'll tell you one simple example over here. Let's say you are working with a company, and let's say you are a customer and you are buying some makeup products. So if you are buying makeup products, which company are you going to choose? A company that's actually, maybe giving you discounts, maybe giving you good, let's say, offers, or taking care of your service request, taking care of, if let's say there is any kind of problem you face with any product, taking care of that, or a company who does none of this. Now, obviously, I personally would go for a company, especially who gives me, special loyalty points and other things. So for this kind of requirement, Salesforce has come up with a new product, loyalty management product, program product. This product would help, directly implement a company, manage their loyalty points, giving the offers, discounts across platforms. Like if you go for offline purchase or online purchase, it's gonna sync up both. Okay, so CRM is gonna help you do that. It is not something that you can do it normally. And a very simple example here would be, um, you have, a lot of purchase. Let's say you are working with a company. Okay, you are buying a product from a company, and you have faced a lot of problems with them throughout the years. Okay, that okay, you have bought a product but they do not respond to you whenever there is a request coming in. They do not, ask you if, your problem has been resolved. On the other hand, there are companies who are taking care of those things very easily. What is it that you're going to do? Maybe if the first time you have purchased the product, next time you are not going to purchase that product. Along with that, you're going to tell everyone you know to not go there. This is where not only they are losing a customer, but the marketing around is going bad for them. So this is why the companies these days are not just thinking about marketing and sales. They are talking about support, feedback, and everything. And this is something a CRM would help you to do. Okay. Right after that, if we talk about the importance of having a CRM in a company. So right now I'm just telling you how important it is for a company to have a CRM. Okay. So CRM will help you take care of feedback that drives continuous improvement, maybe customer focused leadership, empower the front line, designing the experience, metrics is the metrics. Metrics means, okay, how much, information you have, which products are being sold more, those kind of informations. Okay, customer focused leadership. Okay, they have two times, no problem. So this is, major things that we actually take care about. It's more about working with the customer, working around their needs and everything, as I've been telling you. Now let's talk a bit about what is Salesforce, and um, how does it came like how did it came into the market. So Salesforce CRM was introduced in 1999 by Mark Benioff. This guy was working with Oracle before founding Salesforce, and he was a co-founder. It's the first company, as I said, to bring a CRM on cloud. Salesforce is a customer success platform designed to help you sell, service, marketing, analyze, and connect with your customer. Salesforce has everything that you need to run your business from anywhere. Using a standard products and features, you can manage relationship with your prospects and customers, collaborate and engage with your employees and partners, and store your data securely in the cloud. With this one line, I can tell you Salesforce is not only helping with the clients, but also taking care of employees, partners, storing their data around in the cloud. Okay. So this is what we have in Salesforce. Now, before moving forward, let's first, start with, just a second. So I'm going to now help you all get your own Salesforce org on developer org. Okay. And this is something that you can keep with you forever and use it for anything you want to learn, experiment, practice, test, train, whatever you like to do. And it's totally for free. Okay. Now, I hope you guys can still see my screen.
Yes.
So I'm going to put a link in the chat. I want you all to go for this. And here you have to provide your first name, last name, your email address. Let's decide your role, guys. If you like development, you like programming, select developer role. If you do not like programming, okay, but you would like to, experience it, after maybe some time, select administrator. So if you like development, you have ever done it, go for developer. If you do not like it, but you would like to, experience it sometime in future, then you can go for administrator. Other than this, the company name, now company name could be anything. This is not something that's going to decide, whether they are giving you the product for free or not. It's any name. You feel like you want a company in future, give that name here. Yes. Then the country and the region and the postal code. Finally, we will require your username, guys. Everyone, please listen. This one is important, okay? When it comes to a username for Salesforce, it can actually be anything of a...
Salesforce.
Sorry, you were
Huh?
saying something, Rosie?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not realize my mic was on. I'm sorry.
No worry at all. It's no problem. Don't worry. Okay, so I was saying that when you are working with the username, it can be of any email pattern, okay? When you're working with the email pattern, it's like any data at the rate, any data dot, any data, like that's how it looks like. So, but you can have anything here, but I personally want you to have your username same as your email address. Okay. So why so? Because maybe at this time it might look good, but if you want to remember it, throughout your life, the only way to do that is you put it same as your email address. That way, you will never forget it, what the username is, because let's say after 5 years, you want to look at it again and you don't remember the username that you have given. That's when you cannot even reset the username, reset your org, because you do not remember the real ID through which you can do the forget password thing. Okay. So this is why I will suggest you give it same as your email address. Okay. Once this is done, you check this checkbox and sign yourself up. When you will do that, you will get a verification email on the email address that you have provided, and you just have to set your password. Okay. Please be careful in that process. These days, there are two links which are available there. One is verify and other is to log in. Okay. Do not click on the login link. Click on the verify link. It's very simple. They'll just ask you, okay, verify your, email address and set up your password. So you just have to click that option, verify, and you will be able to set your password and log in. The next screen I will show you would be, what it should look like once you land or set up your password. Okay. So meanwhile, you start with the process. I am going to share my screen that contains the username, sorry, the org that we will be working with. Okay, so give me just 1 second. Meanwhile, you're putting the details. I'm going to stop sharing. So this is where you should land. This is the UI that, you should land on once you have set up your username, password, and everything. Okay. So I want a quick yes or no the moment you reach this screen. Wow, that's amazing. That was quick. So you can explore things around. You have all your applications, your pre-built application that a company can either use directly or customize. If you have experience with a business ever, go to maybe I will click on this view all and go to the Sales Cloud and experience the sales based features available for you. Okay. But of course, I'm going to give you better view at it. So do not worry if you're not able to understand anything. That's absolutely fine. So I hope you have given your Gmails here and not any, any of your office or your companies or any of your college, email address. That would take time because these are system generated emails. And usually if you're working with, any of the three I mentioned email addresses, they takes some time. Okay. So I would require a yes and no. Oh, that would be great. That is actually just fine. Do not worry. And you will see it made no difference because this is totally, a learner's platform right now, the one I have given you, a link to. So you do not have to worry at all. It's not gonna, reduce your features. Great, great. Okay, so we'll see if somebody else has received it. Can you say a quick yes or no so that we can move forward? This is something, guys, you can try as many times as you want with as many usernames as possible. I'll give you a quick trick here. Your current username not working, change it to something else, and with the same email, you will be able to work and create a new record. It will not be a problem. Okay, so let's get started. I have, two people here who are good with it, and I'll see if there's anyone else. Okay, so one thing here, does anybody need my assistance here? Because that's where I can help you with. But if you're waiting for the email and it still didn't get through, it's just fine. Some days it takes time. Okay. As it's a developer org, it's not a client org. That's why this is something that some days takes time. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, I am going to first give you an idea about the existing products that you have, and then I'll give you an idea about the new products that you can. So first of all, if you see this app launcher, this is the same app launcher you get in the Chrome for launching your applications, and this is the same app launcher you have over here. So I would say one thing is guaranteed, whatever you're going to learn will be related to your real life. It's not going to be, anything that's totally out of box. There'll be concepts coming in from your real life. Now, this is where I'm going to click on view all. And let's start with sales. Okay. The sales tool is going to help you with sales. Let's understand how it will help us. Okay. Here, if you can see the tabs over here, these are the tabs. Okay. There are many tabs available. Okay. Whenever we start a sales process, you know that 90 to 95% of the sales process start with generating a potential customer. That potential customer in Salesforce is called as a lead. We call it lead. So this is something you'll have to remember. So lead is what? A potential customer. Person who either is interested in buying our service or interested in buying the service anywhere in the market. Okay. So we will go to the leads. Let's go there. See. So this is very nice UI that you have over here. You will get some sample data as well so that you can use that data to experience. Let's say we got a new record here in leads and this person, Miss Bertha Boxer, is interested in buying our service. Okay, let's check our details. So her name is Bertha Boxer. She is from this Farmers Co of Florida company. We got her contact number, her fax, her email, and most of the information. But the good thing here is their company's and the revenue is good. That means rating is hot. Okay. All this information looks good. That means we have to convince her to buy our product. Okay. What will we do this time? We will be assigning a customer representative automatically to her who will help her understand our services, what products we are selling, and finally agree, convince her to, buy our product. Let's say our customer representative is good. He manually called that person, convinced her to buy the services, and now she is ready to buy the service. Do you think she is our lead anymore? No. Now, she is not our lead anymore because she agreed to buy the service. Now, she will be converted to our customer. How will we do that? We have a pre-built functionality. We'll click on convert button and this will convert our lead into accounts, contacts, and opportunities. New three terms where account will be what? The company with which we are doing business. Contact what? The point of contact, which is Miss Bertha Boxer, and opportunity will be the place where we will talk about this deal, how much money she is getting us, whether the deal is closed, whether she agrees with the prices we have quoted, and everything. Okay. And the moment we will click on convert, the record lead will be converted. So we'll go to the leads. We do not have a Bertha Boxer here anymore. That means where do we have to go to check the Bertha Boxer? Can anyone guess? Where did she go? Guys, tell me.
Accounts.
Yes.
I think
So
files.
she is absolutely. She is in accounts. Here is her company. Okay, that is one thing. The details has been converted automatically. So this is all pre-built. Every information is here as well. If I will go to contacts, this is the place where I should find her contact, but I cannot find her here. That means I have to look around a bit and see. This is the new record that we have. Of course, we can search this, but still in the details, I have the information. So I have the connect between them. And that's when I will go to opportunities also to look at the information of deal. Let's take a quick look about the information around the deal. Okay. Similar to this, let's say, here we are getting the information about, okay, what's the company name, what's the close date, what is the stage right now. So it's just a starting stage where we just, convince her to buy the service. Right now, this deal will go through series of steps of qualification, analysis, giving her a proposal, negotiation, and finally, if she agrees to buy the service, it will be a closed won opportunity. Okay. Now, these are the things which are already there. What if I need one more thing for my company and I want to, take care of the data over there. Okay. Let's say I am talking about selling a course. Now, accounts will be storing the companies with whom I'm in business. Contacts will be storing the people with whom I'm in contact with through the companies. And opportunities is a place where I'm storing the information of deal, which concludes the Sales Cloud. Honestly, it is a good overview of Sales Cloud. But I'm not satisfied here. At this point of time, I need a place where I can store the information about my, let's say, trainers. Okay, I would like to store the information about all the trainers which are working in my company so that I can take a good look at all the employee information as well. Now, this requirement is not a standard requirement. Not every company will require a trainer information to be stored. This is why Salesforce has not provided us a trainer tab or an object. Okay, you see, this is a tab, and I will take the term back object for now because that is a bit advanced. I'm going to tell you in next step. Now, I am saying that when we are working with, something that's a custom requirement, something that's not provided to us directly by Salesforce, okay? Or maybe it's not a very common thing which should be provided to us by Salesforce. This is where we as the administrators are gonna jump in and work, okay? So I want you all to note down the steps because we are going to do a quick task here, okay? This is setup. This is where you as the administrators are going to work. Okay, so you click on this setup. This is what your object manager is. This is where we have to go. Now, just one thing you have to understand here. Every tab that you will look at is a way to access the data that's stored in an object, just like an Excel sheet would work. Excel sheet name is something that helps you access the sheet itself, right? And the sheet itself is the real storage where the data is stored, columns are created, rows are created. Am I correct? Now, this is also a very similar, model. I want to create something like this, okay? Like this opportunities you look at, I want to copy something like this, but for trainer. So what do I have to do? I have to go through two steps. Step number one, create an object to take care of the storage. Step number two, I have to create a tab that will be added over here in the sales. Okay, so let's get started with that. Okay, here in the object manager, guys. So of course, what was the step one? Going to setup. Step two, going to object manager. And step three is going to create a custom object. So we go to custom object. We will give a name here, trainer. We will give a plural label here. Why so? Because you see all the tabs here are getting the plural name. Okay. So here, step. I'm just going to give a plural label and that's it. Save. That is it. You don't have, okay, I already have it. So I'll just call it trainer one. I might have used this org before. So you can ignore that and I'm just going to save it like that. Okay, that's good. I have this thing available over here. I'm going to do one thing here just to not make things a little bit confusing. I'm going to call it instructor. Change this whole thing to instructors. And this is a unique name that should come up. Okay, so I think this is good this time. Instructor is the name we are going to go for. Finally, we are going to go home and go for tab. So next step is go to the home, go to tabs. So we've created object. Now we will create tab. See, I already had trainer created as a custom one. I'm going to click on new here. Here you will see it's already giving us instructor as they know that, okay, this is one object for whom the tab is not created. So I'm just going to click on that. Click on the tab style. So it's nothing but color and logo. I'm not sure if you can see my screen for the color and logo. Let me share the screen. So can you see the tab style selector, everyone? Can you quickly tell me yes or no?
Yes, we can see.
Oh, that's amazing. So in that case, I'll select maybe, okay, it's an instructor, maybe books should look good, okay? And next. Here also, you do not have to do anything. Everything has been taken care by Salesforce. And this is the page where they are asking, do you want to add this tab in every application? I will say a quick no and select only sales. Okay, and finally I'm saving it. That's it. See, very simple. And finally, I'm going to refresh over here to look if the changes that I've made are updated or not. Some days when they are not updated, we have to log out and log in again. Okay. So I'll just take a quick look. Okay. No, they are not yet added. Let me just log out and log in again. I've paused my screen for a bit just while I am logging in again. Okay. So I'm gonna share my screen this time. You see here, guys, in the more section, I have instructions added. Okay. So this is where I have my whole new tab where I can add the things. So I would say this is it for, a quick demo about how your Salesforce org will look like and how easy it is to, work with it and still we get a lot of money in the end. Yeah. Okay. Any questions for me before I pass it to say it?
Hi, Komal. I just have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to know that is there any income share agreements?
Can you say that again? I'm sorry.
Yep. Is there any income share agreements?
Oh,
Yeah, I think
that
that's a
kind of,
question for me. Yeah,
yeah, that kind
absolutely.
of,
Yeah, got
Okay.
it. Absolutely. And I appreciate you, Como, for the demonstration as well. Como has a variety of experience. She's a consultant here at Salesforce as well. And I do appreciate that first lesson demo. It kind of gives a pretty good insight of the Salesforce platform. And, I come from a sales background. So been using Salesforce, and I would say the least it is the best one out there. So relate to
Okay.
you on that one, Como. And guys, I'll take over here when it comes to, I guess, the next steps. And I know that many of you have questions regarding the program process. Noreen, I know you kind of mentioned the income shared agreements. Well, I'll get to that right away. So let me share my screen to show you the overall program overview. One moment.
Yep. Well, the presentation by Komal was wonderful. I have attended, programs earlier, but however, this really was very good and I could understand everything from scratch.
Absolutely. We appreciate that. That's kind of the method and process that Aark Academy, we looked at, as you mentioned, other companies, other boot camps, other academies that do offer a variety of IT services and training. And we kind of curated this into a process to make it easy for you, right? So just to give you the overall,
Also, well,
yeah, go ahead.
one more, yeah, I just wanted to know what's the batch limit.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get to that in a bit.
Okay.
I'll go over pretty much the overall program, Aark Academy, who we are, and the next steps. All right. So we'll go over the program overview, and just to give you an insight about us, who we are, Aark Academy is more than just an IT training provider. We understand the current market of today, and a lot of the key points in the industry, what you may have faced or we have seen based off of data collected is, we're looking at currently a huge skill gap within individuals and what the demands are for companies hiring these individuals, right? Coupled with mass layoffs, unique skill set requirements, and despite having a degree, and I found this among friends, family, individuals, although they also claim their degree, computer science or whatever the IT field industry does require, there is still that gap in experience and skill set that companies still are looking for. And that's where a lot of issues for individuals landing these jobs and breaking into the career, we kind of bridge that gap. So we do this by a strong emphasis on a collaborative environment and teamwork, which we'll get to in a bit, of how our instruction process is leveled out. So how does Aark primarily bridge the gap? So we have specifically students, right, with no prior experience to some experience, whether you're a college graduate, a high school graduate, looking to change careers, or just trying to break into something new, right? Have a change. You have the introduction of the current IT industry and job market where they require that high levels of skill and experience. And Aark Academy comes in to bridge in that gap through a 3-step model process where we have extensive instruction, mentorship, and ongoing support. So to give you a basic background of the overall student journey, let's say you have the specific live session and you apply to one of our batches program, you start learning, we provide you the industry-based certifications. So they're industry recognized, whether it's with Salesforce Trailhead or ServiceNow itself, right? So there are various IT service management tools and platforms that you're able to work on and land a job once you do crack the interview. So that's where we come in and guide you through this process. So even after you land the job, we're still here as a community helping you go through that process. So how do we kind of do it broken down, right? Student schedule. How does the schedule look like? What is the batch count? I know, Noreen, you kind of mentioned how many individuals are in a batch. We keep it minimal. We keep it 10 students or less in our batches. So it is quality-based instruction and education. So how do we do this, right? So let's say, we take a weekly student schedule at Aark Academy. We have instruction, we have project-based learning, and we have a mentorship program. So it is a 14-week program, so about 3.5 months, in which we have assigned instructors, about 3 to 4 instructors from the various models of learning, from instruction, project-based learning, and mentorship, that flow in and out to kind of gear you up and help you land these tech career positions. So the kind of overall weekly schedule we're looking at, right? The instruction, we provide 4 days a week for instruction, which is 1 hour instruction time and a post-lesson Q&A. For the project-based learning, we have 1 day out of the week that is specifically designed for project-based learning, where you get hands-on training in regards to various projects, whether it's live or dummy projects as well. This really gears you up to do the day-to-day job, what the company requires, their roles and responsibilities and whatnot. So we give you a variety of these custom projects so you're able to tackle on any requirements that a company may have. The second thing is weekly mentorship. So we have a day that's set aside during the week for just purely mentorship purposes. So this is 2 hours for student preparation on how to actually build your profile and land these jobs. So to give you an overview of how the instruction and mentorship kind of works, right? The instruction is very extensive learning process that has project-based learning, a structured lesson plan and curriculum, and we do bi-weekly check-ins with each of our students. So the way that we based education and we emphasize on quality, right? We don't want any students to feel left behind, right? We'll engage with you throughout the instruction and lesson, and we also meet up individually with our students to see where they're at in the process, how they're feeling out the platform or program, or if it's the right fit, right? So we kind of gear them up during these bi-weekly sessions as well. The mentorship portion, The mentorship provides interview preparation, best practices, coaching. You're looking at resume preparation. What we do is from week one, we start building your profile. So LinkedIn, Indeed, your professional profile starts getting built up. How to open a LinkedIn account. So this is very from scratch. It requires zero experience, or even if you have experience, that's great. You're one step ahead. But we provide this preparation for our students. So from on week one, even if you don't have a LinkedIn account, we help you get that set up. And by the end of the program, you're having a LinkedIn account and a professional profile that is geared up with projects, certifications, and experience that you've gained at Aark Academy. So you're ready to go and land and clear these interviews. So we provide that end-to-end process of preparing you for the interviews, helping you get those interviews, and passing those interviews as well, so you can land a job. So pretty simple to the process schedule that we do have. And any questions before I do move on? I know that kind of went through 3 slides here without stopping, but any questions so far from anyone?
No, sir.
Great, perfect. So we'll move on to some of our testimonials, reviews, and some hiring companies that our alumni have found opportunities in. A variety of industries we're looking at: Centene, Noridian for healthcare industries, Viatris, ModMen, Geico in the insurance line as well. So these are just some of the companies that our alumni and students have found opportunities in. And just to give you, from our past batches, some recent reviews from our students as well. We ran a specifically administrative Salesforce batch. This one, we're curating development and admin to give you that full scale of the platform as well. We have ran Python and DevOps as well in the past, with another launch happening for a new batch session towards December, I believe. We have Ali, he's one of our mentorship guys here, so I'll confirm with him to provide you guys those dates as well. But mainly for our Salesforce program. Now, everyone must be wondering, what is the cost? What is the overall price tag? Don't shy away from me here. And so, when it comes to it, we keep it very simple. And I know, Noreen, one thing that you brought up, and which we deeply relate to, is the income shared agreement plans that a lot of you guys might be seeing, right? And the overall cost, the tuition, and the process that we have at Aark Academy, right, comparatively to other boot camps, other institutions, I'm not even gonna compare it to a college degree, because I mean, as we had said, right, despite the college degree, there is still that gap that individuals are facing and companies are facing that a lot of colleges are not filling in. So that's where we come in, and we give you that, hey, you don't need a degree, you just need the specific education and resources and process to help you land these jobs within these companies. And they themselves are admittingly saying that, hey, like, degree, yeah, it's great, but can you do the job? So this is where we come in. And when it comes to the process of the cost, right, our cost is placed at $3,999 for the Salesforce development program and all other programs. We do not offer income shared agreements. Income shared agreements at Aark Academy are frowned upon, mainly due to the reviews and what we have seen from individuals that have gone through income shared agreements. It's more so, as we say, we frown upon like a trap, right? You go through the program, hey, it's free, join our program, go through the program, and once you do get a job, you'll be paying us this amount for whenever. It is legally binding. It has specifics, specific terms of service that are that tiny fine print detail that really kind of screws over as individual before diving right in, because hey, it's a free program, right? That's something that we decided to stay away from, and we do not want to take any part of that. We want our students to feel confident and have that transparency, that they know that what they're going to get is what they're going to get, right? And this is the service and this is the support that we provide. Even if you're having trouble 4 months down the line, 5 months down the line, having issues landing a job, the Aark Academy team is still here, despite whatever it is, to help you through that process, to help you get those interviews, to provide you that mentorship and coaching. So with that initial price, we have no income shared agreements. We are transparent in our pricing of flexible payment options. And let's say that, let's say that this is something that's just not the right fit. This is something that, hey, you're learning, first week, second week, third week. By the fourth week and you're like, hey, Syed, hey, Komal, this is something that not my cup of tea. I don't think Aark Academy and the Salesforce or DevOps or whatever IT program is suitable for me at this time. So we do offer a 30-day money back guarantee. So within that 30 days, if this is something that you realize that, hey, I found personally for me, I don't come from an IT background. I've always feared coding. I don't know if you guys relate to that. Primarily it's the Salesforce program, ServiceNow, IT service management platforms. These jobs and roles, they have a low code to no code policy. So this kind of enabled me to learn the Salesforce platform and other, platforms without learning that initial coding process. So I initially had stayed away, but then when I found out about, these low code, no code platforms, administrative to low development work, this is something that I found myself leaning towards as well. So the 30-day money back guarantee, it really kind of tests you out, see where you're fitting in. And if you're learning, if you're gaining the value that you need, and if it's furthering your career, then definitely Aark Academy's program is the way to go. And when it comes to the program cost, we do have the initial upfront payment, hassle-free. You're ready to go. The batch starts, and all you need to worry about is pretty much the instruction, mentorship, and project-based learning. That's what we provide. There's no worry on financing or any of that. The second option that we do have is our installment plan, where we ask for the 20% initial down payment while the remaining balance is equalized into 3 equal monthly payments. So pretty simple, pretty to the point. Comparatively, as I did say, when it comes to institutions, other variety boot camps, yes, they might have an upfront tuition cost comparatively to what a college degree would cost, or a year or 2 years at college or associate's degree would cost. We stay away from that, because they also offer income shared agreements, which kind of puts individuals once again into that trap. I've had friends, family fall into it. And this is one of the reasons why within Aark Academy, we came at the table, we decided that, hey, what is the value that our students are getting out of this program, right? And what is fair when it comes to the current market and what we can provide and what they can gain after this program as well. So this is where we've come upon our pricing and our options for our students and the flexibility that we provide. Any questions when it comes to the overall cost, process, pricing?
Yes, hi there, Syed.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's quite affordable. Actually, my colleagues are kind of paying 2,000 for the tutorial itself, so this one is quite affordable. I also had another query, that is, I'm from ServiceNow background and I want to transition into Salesforce. So will I be able to get it done in 14 weeks or in some kind of a time frame?
Yeah, absolutely. When it comes to, the 14 weeks program that we kind of curated here, right? A lot of different programs, and Noreen, you came from that background where, you come from that IT background from ServiceNow, the ITSM tools, and similarly with Salesforce being a CRM and adopting that low code, no code policy. This is something definitely with your experience and someone without any prior experience can dive right into. And, by the end of that program and the way our model works, right, as I had explained, we have instruction, we have the project-based, and we have the mentorship, right? All three go hand in hand. So you're geared by the end of the program when it comes to the education portion and when it comes to you're professionally built. So you're ready to go and you're landing interviews and jobs. So that's something 100% that you're able to transfer into.
Okay, thank you. It was quite, this actually is quite affordable when compared to Tectorial. Tectorial is actually costing 20,000 or something like that because my colleagues are paying that much over there. So this is quite affordable.
Yeah.
And thanks for clarifying my doubts.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, when it comes to it, as I said, it's depending on the type of boot camp or academy you're at, it varies. right? You have specific tuition, specific cost, and specific programs of how they run their segments. And a lot of what we found is that income shared agreements and untransparency, legal loopholes that we don't really want to get into, right? So we keep very transparent pricing, right? We provide that quality education, quality time for 14 weeks, and our students are ready to go. They have the resources, they still have the support even after the 14 weeks. Once you're enrolled into Aark Academy, you're set. You have a community, you have resources, you have the initial job postings, and a Slack or Discord group where we provide a lot of these resources and information even after let's say 6 months to a year. You come back, you want to make a transition, or you want to learn a new technology, right? So that's something, the support that continues on. And when it comes to it, any more questions regarding the pricing? All right, looks
Does this
like,
include the examination fees, please?
yes. So for industry certifications like Trailhead, ServiceNow, you're looking at Java. I believe it's I forgot the exact name of the specific Java certification. But yeah, whatever industry recognized certification that's included within the plan.
Okay.
What all certifications you guys are providing in terms of Salesforce?
We provide the Salesforce Trailhead certifications, and those certifications typically, if you take a look on Trailhead, that's the industry recognized certification site for Salesforce. Typically, there are costs associated with that. The way that Aark works is once you're enrolled into the program, and we guide you through that process. So just how Gomal had instructed and guided you through the process of setting up your dashboard and your platform account. Same way, we also help you set up for Trailhead, and at the same time, we also pay for the costs associated with the certifications. So let's say if it's the Salesforce Administrative, Salesforce Development, based on the type of line that you're more suited for on the admin side or the development side, we provide those certifications as well, included in the cost.
You mean to say like a Salesforce admin, PD1, PD2, and platform development certifications?
Yep, we provide that.
So that includes this $4,000.
Yep, it includes that.
I do have already certifications. Previously I took certification, so I can I can enroll in this course, right?
Yeah, absolutely. When it comes to those certifications, do you know if they're expiring or?
No, they are still inactive, and 2024 would be like 2024 would be.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, when it comes to it as well, as I did mention,
Mm.
when it comes to the program, if you have the current certification, that's great. That's beautiful. At the same time, let's say that, you have the admin, you have the developer, you want to move into another certification, right? Let's say if it's a Salesforce certified platform app builder or a certified platform developer 2, right? There's many variation of the certification, and you want to up your career within this program, 100% we will provide that. So even if you have 2 certifications and you want to gain a third one, maybe it's Salesforce Development 2, we'll provide that for you.
Got it.
Am I speaking to Mr. Mark Wheeler here?
Sorry, I didn't catch you. Can you repeat that?
The voice I'm listening to looks like Mark Wheeler's. Mr. Mark Wheeler's.
Mark Wheeler's.
Yeah. Are you Mr. Mark Wheeler?
No, I'm not Mr. Mark Wheeler. I'm Syed Heather, but Mark
Okay.
Wheeler, I have not. Is that like someone popular or what?
Yeah, he's also a tutor. He's also a mentor of Salesforce.
Oh, got it. I'm
I
like,
heard him in Udemy.
oh, really? No. My name is Syed Haider. When it comes to Salesforce, I come from a business background, IT background, and primarily sales. So I've worked on the Salesforce platform for the past 6 years. I've worked on various other CRMs. My favorite is Salesforce. I'll be honest. I know that Komal can relate with me on this as well. It's a very easy to use, very easy user experience UI, and platform. So, it's my recommendation for someone to learn the admin and development side of it. I do have administrative experience. As I did mention, I'm not the best at development and coding, so I kind of moved away from that. But 100% that's something that, I'm looking towards as well. But appreciate that, man. I did not know that there's another mentor that sounds like me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. So if no one has any additional questions, I'll move on to, I guess, the next process. Oh, well, right before that, I know that we did have a small campaign going on here for the first 10 program access. Those that do see their names on here, you'll have access to the Salesforce platform. There's additional details that will be sent out this week. I do know that our initial batch for this specific program, Salesforce development, is starting first week of November, and we'll get you the dates and information as well. And when it comes to the other batch, right? What are the next steps, right? For our November batch. Batch start date is to be decided. As I had mentioned, it is the first week to 2 weeks of November, and we will provide you the email information this week as well. When it comes to, the next steps, right? From here, where do we go? You've looked at the initial instruction, you've seen who we are, you've seen how we do it and what we do. So you're able to either enroll today or have a initial call with us. So how do we enroll? So you can go to aark.tech, click on the Salesforce development program, click on get started, choose payment method, and set sail with us. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Now, let's say that, if you still have engaging questions, if there's still, some things that you're not clear about, before you take that next step. And this is something that I highly, highly recommend individuals before taking the next step. If you're ready to go, if you know that, hey, I know the cost, I know that this is something that is going to benefit me, and I want to join the program, 100% enroll today. You'll be set for the first batch, and then we're ready to go. Right? Super easy. But if you're still wanting additional information and to really dive into how the process works, how we provide you those certifications, what is some of our policies, really kind of diving in, your background, how we can support that, you can schedule a call with us. So on the screen, we have our initial QR code. If you can place up your camera to this QR code, you will see a Calendly link. And that link will show the open times that our team is available to have an initial 30-minute consultation call. We'll go over your background, what suitable technology may work for you, if the Salesforce program is beneficial, and what the next steps are, and how we guide you through the process. So, we're happy to help you with that. And as I said, I highly recommend scheduling that call with us to really kind of dive in deep and help you guys understand, how we run our process at Aark Academy. So pretty simple and to the point. And if anyone have any questions in regards to the next steps or the November batch, or when this is going to get started, if there's anything that you guys have on your end, I'm happy to answer that.
Yeah, Mr. Haider. In this 14 weeks, what you're going to teach us? Means administration or development or what?
This will be full stack. So this will be admin to development.
Both of
I would like to add more into it. It's not just development, the older one, but the new LWC, which is Lightning Web Components, which is very much in demand in market. So that as well will be added. So it's everything you need to start with the job.
Yep. And just to add on to that as well, to Gomal's point, right, as he had mentioned, right, the latest Lightning as well, the way we focus our courses and program, right, it is up to date. So we keep up with the industry, we keep up with the job markets, we keep up, day by day, week by week. based off of new enrollments or new developments that are happening within the industry. So as Komal had mentioned, right, there's always ever changing. The IT is an ever changing space. And that's where we come in to curate our curriculum and program and technology. So even let's say that you're 1 month or within the program and there's a new type of technology or model based on Salesforce, right? We'll be happy to share that with you, and we will provide you the updates as you're going through the process. So that's one thing I wanted to add that on. We have the updated technology stack within each of our programs and platforms.
Thank you.
All right. Any additional questions before we wrap this up?
So I have a question. So, hello.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So is this program is for the student as well, those who are currently studying? I mean, an OPT student as well.
Yeah, absolutely. The program curates to anyone, as we had mentioned, right? OPT, CPT students as well. We have trained in the past our previous batches and programs, and this is something definitely that we actually highly recommend OPT students when it comes to the specific programs. I know that you guys have quite a different process when it comes to, I guess, the way that you guys land your jobs, right? And
Yeah.
in terms of that, what I would recommend if you are an OPT, CPT student, schedule a call with us. We do have team members that know the process inside out, and they'll be able to help you kind of curate it or guide you on how we can assist you with your process, right? Because I know that you guys have specific timelines and requirements and a bunch of stuff, right? So that's something our team is 100%. We're able to help you on that.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Absolutely. Anyone else?
No, thank you.
All
Thank you,
right.
sir.
All right. Sounds great. Appreciate you guys for coming on to our live session. Appreciate you, Como, for providing the first lesson of Salesforce. Very insightful. I think I kind of learned a thing or two that I didn't even know, but I've been using the platform for a while. And guys, as I mentioned, we have the two-step process. Highly recommend to schedule that call with us. So we are happy to guide you through the process and next steps. And, we'll see you around later. Take care, guys, and have a wonderful
Thank you.
evening.